So, Bismillah Rahman Rahim. We are continuing with accounts of non-profit organizations, and we will be attempting question number one. And in question number one, it says that the Ranford Sports Club keeps a full set of record of double entries, prepares monthly, the summarized receipts and payments, whatnot, right? And then you have your additional information. Whatever you have on the 1st April, this is basically your BD. What is this? Anything on the 1st April is BD. And anything on the 30th, it's called CD. All right. So
Okay.
moving on. So this is BD. This is CD. Now the question says cafe inventory, trade payables, cafe fixtures. You have cafe takings recorded in receipts and payments account. Do not include income 770. And the wages for the cafe managers have not been, the cafe wages calculated are 815. So now let's continue. First of all, you're going to write down your sales. So what's the amount of sales? Sales is the same as saying cafe takings. So cafe takings are 9,850. But if you were to read the additional information, it says 770 for a birthday party held. This was not included. So these are also your sales now. Basically, this is also your revenue, right? These are also your revenue. So you're going to add the 770 because you earned it. So now your total cafe takings or cafe sales are 10,620. Now we are going to find out the cost of sales. If you provided them with food and drinks, of course it's going to cost you something as well. So let's write down the opening inventory. Opening, forgive me for my bad handwriting. So cafe inventory 1700, that's BD. 1st April, that's going to be your opening. 1700, write it down. Moving on, you have purchases. I told you whenever you're writing down purchases. So basically, for payments for cafe purchases, this included 4320. Now think of it logically. I gave you 4,320. Would that be my total payment? This is just the payment I have made. Would that be my total purchases?
For one person.
No, for the cafe purchases. Would it be my total? In general I have paid 4,320. So would that be my total purchases?
Um, uh, I suppose if your business
No.
is.
For example, let's say I had made purchases of 5,000, but let's say I didn't
Yeah.
have enough money, so I paid 4,320. So should I record my purchases as 5,000 or 4,320?
5,000.
Exactly. That's exactly. So the amount you pay, that's not necessarily the full amount that you would be including in your trading account or income statement. So basically, if you look at it, trade payables for cafe purchases. While teaching you guys the format in the first lecture, I told you that whatever BD you have, you subtract it, and whatever CD you have, you add it. So basically, this is the amount of money you were yet to pay but you didn't pay for the current month or for the current year, in this case the current year, and subtract it 1830. Now this 4,320, this also includes the payment of 1830 worth of purchases. But did you purchase these 1830 worth of good in the current year or in the previous year?
Previous.
Exactly, so you won't include it in the current year, that's why you're subtracting it. So your purchases amount up to 3960, right? And if you guys didn't understand it, we are going to do a separate video as well in which we will make a T account, income account, T account, and expense T account. Now you have your closing inventory, which is your cafe inventory 30th April 1230, which you're going to subtract. And now you get an answer of your cost of sales is 4430. Subtract it, and you are going to get your gross profit as 6190. I hope you're
1 minute, sir.
yeah.
Yeah. So, all right. Oh, purchases were also deducted.
No, the purchases amount 4,320 is added plus your
4,300.
CD subtracted by your BD, because BD is for
All
the previous year,
right.
CD is still for the current year. Now moving on, we will
So,
any other
1
questions?
minute, sir.
Yeah.
Just 1 minute. Yeah. So BD is also added with 1,230 and is
No,
subtracted then.
BD subtracted. CD is added. CD amount is
BD.
1470. All right.
All
And
right.
BD is 1830, which is subtracted.
Got it.
Right.
But could you explain where you got the amount 4,430 from?
4,004. Look, opening inventory, add your purchases, less your closing inventory, you get 4,430. That's your cost of sales, basically.
Okay, 1 minute, please. 3,960 plus 1,200 by 1,000 deducted by 2,3. All right, now I see where I made. Wait,
Yeah.
just 1 minute, sir. Still getting the amount wrong.
Sure, take your time, no worries. So you just asked me, so opening inventory is added. This is your added with purchases and deducted from your closing inventory. This is just like your normal trading account. Opening inventory,
All
add
right.
purchases, less closing inventory.
Okay, but I'm getting the figure for cost of sales as 3,930.
All right, so your opening inventory is 1,200, right?
Yeah.
My bad, my handwriting is so bad. It's not 1,200, it's 1,700. If you look at it,
Oh, it's 1,700.
cafe inventory in the question it says 1,700. My bad. Excuse me.
All
for my
right,
bad
got it.
handwriting.
No problem.
You know, I'm glad I'm not a doctor. Otherwise, many people would have died from taking the wrong medicine. So let's move on. Let's talk about expenses. So on the debit side, basically you have your incomes, right? On the credit, you have your expenses. We are making the trading account, not the income and expenditure account. Do note, if this is the whole club. In that club, you have a shop. We are making the account for the shop. That's why we are not taking donations or subscriptions. No, we are just talking about the cafe. Now, first of all, we are done with cafe purchases. Now you have general expenses. Does it anywhere mention that the general expenses are related to the cafe?
No.
So we won't include it. Now it says cafe fixtures. We will include it. Repairs to cafe fixtures. Repairs, which is 165. All right, moving on. Then we have it says, if you look at part 3, the wages for the cafe managers have not been paid for the month of April. I hope he doesn't quit his job. The wages have been 815. So that's your wages. Another expense. Lastly, look, if you look at the question, you have cafe fixtures. Cafe fixtures in the opening were for 5,450, and in the closing they are for 5,400. They have been decreased by how much?
How much were they before?
In the BD beginning they were 5,450, and in CD closing they are 5,400. You know, I'll erase the blue pen thing so that you all can see the question properly.
So 50.
Exactly. So 50 has been reduced. Where is this 50 going basically? Where is this 50 going? That's the question. That is your depreciation, right? Now let's say people come, when I was young, I went to a, cafe, and all of a sudden I wanted to, I don't know why I had this urge to test my strength, and all of a sudden I took the fork and so that's where your depreciation is going basically.
You ate a fork.
I didn't eat it, I bended it.
Oh, bended a
Why would I
fork.
eat it to test my strength? I don't want to test the strength of my intestines. I want to, test the strength of my hands or body, you can say. So
were you charged for breaking the fork?
Well, I tried to mold it back, bend it back, but still, depreciation is still charged now since it's not in its original form anymore. So your total expenses are worth 1,030. You deduct it, and from your gross profit, and you will get 5,160 from your, your cafe profit. This is your cafe profit, which will go into your club account, whole income and expenditure account, which we will do in the next class. So any confusions, Adil?
No, sir.
All right, perfect.